Hello friends, greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Foundation examination. So finally we come to an end of this chapter where we have been talking about the static testing and static techniques, where we have spoken about like review process, understanding of the different types of review. Following that, we have also seen that how exactly static analysis can be adding value to the process, and how it is beneficial to conduct static testing, and what are the typical defects which can be found easily by static testing compared to dynamic testing. So quickly coming to the end, and we are basically looking into the last one here, that is the sample questions on static techniques, the chapter 3. So let's move into the chat questions here, and let's understand what can be the typical questions which can be asked to you from this chapter. So here, the very first question, what you see is from the formal review process, and which of the following describes the main phases of formal review process. Now, when you talk about the main phases of formal review, the formal review basically consists of 6 stages, if you remember from the tutorial 1 of this chapter, that is planning, kickoff, individual preparation, review meeting, rework, and follow-up. Whereas the straightforward answer for such questions would be C, where you don't have to invest a lot of time and be sure about it. But just to make sure that A, B, D are not so correct, you need to also look into that, though you're pretty sure that the C is the right answer. So when you look at A, initiation and status are not the status or not the main phases of formal review process. That makes it wrong. Whereas when you talk about B, at the end we have closure. Closure is not one of the stages of formal review process. And in D, obviously we don't have root cause analysis as one of the stages of formal review process. So finally, considering all these parameters, we find that the right option is C, which is planning, kickoff, individual preparation, review meeting, rework, and follow-up. Team, at this point of time, they have just asked you that which of these options describes the main phases of a formal review process, but the option is also in the right sequence. So sometimes they can twist the question where all the options would be having all 6 stages of formal review process, but they'll be worried about the right sequence. Because it is a process, then there is a sequence followed. So in that case, still the C would be right answer, but how they will trick you around is by putting A, B, D is also having the 6 stages of the formal review process, but it would be jumbled up. So just not the main phases are important to be remembered. It is also important to remember the right sequence of the formal review process to answer such tricky questions. So get prepared for that. Looking at the next question is, which of the review types below is the best option to choose for reviewing safety critical components in a software project? Now, it's very well understood that when you're talking about safety critical components, you have to be quite documentative, that you cannot just skip anything, where you need to record each and every monitoring process, you need to gather metrics, you need to use checklist, maybe you can utilize reviewer's comment which will be documented, and you will be preparing a report, that is review report conducted by a scribe. So obviously now no second thoughts, we have got only inspection as the right answer for this, because inspection is the most formal review, or I can say inspection is the formal review process. So the right answer here is inspection, because we cannot take any chances or conduct any kind of liberty when you talk about safety critical components of a software project. So being most formal would be the best way to deal with such things. So the right answer is C, inspection. Which of the following statements about tool-supported static analysis is false? Team, highlighting here, most of the common students and participants, when you are appearing in the examination, they misinterpret the term false here, where I don't mean to say that you don't know how to read it. It's just the examination psychology that you skip such words when you read a question. So I would recommend each and every one here, where it just make sure that when you read a question, you just read it carefully understand each and every word given there, and then you try to take a chance. We'll look into the mock assessments or the practice sets coming to an end of the tutorial, and I'll show you there are questions which uses the word like not. This is not one of the activities to be conducted as a part of formal review process. And generally people skip that word not, and they think that, okay, which one are the activities which are being conducted as a part of it? So do take care of such things, because that's the very common trick what ISTQB makes use of. So be careful. The answer set here says tool supported static analysis can be used as preventive measures with appropriate processes in place. So obviously A is right answer. That's a true statement. B, tool supported static analysis can find defects that are not easily found by dynamic testing. Yes, we just recently loaded in the previous tutorial. C, tool supported static analysis can result in cost saving by finding defects early. That's another statement which is true. But what we are looking for is false. In the question it says which one of these statements is false, and we are left with D. Let's look into that. Tool supported static analysis is a good way to force failures into the software. Now, by any type of testing, like be it static, dynamic, or manual automation, you're just trying to remove defects, not force failures into the system. And we do have that approach, which is something different, so you really don't have to worry about it as now. We do conduct by adding defects, and the tester has to take care of it and find out. That we'll see in the upcoming tutorials, not now. But D, as of now, is the most relevant answer for this question, where it is not a good way to force failures, rather it is a good way to remove failures from the software at an early stage. But anyways, failures is a dynamic testing term and does not lie here. So if you just say find defects or remove defects, you can say that to some extent that is true. But the question is all about false, and D is the most recommended answer for that. So putting it all together, you'll be having around 3 questions to be answered from this chapter as per the exam structure. So finally we are here when we have covered around 18 questions so far from the 3 chapters. So we'll be moving into the next chapter and looking into more techniques and all, which will be more interesting and requires a pen and paper by you as well to start calculating the things and get your right answer. So stay tuned for upcoming tutorials and do not miss any of them, because all the tutorials are equally important to get you at least a mark from out of 40. So stay tuned for more, and just stick to the tutorials. Feel free to put your queries in the comment box. I'll be happy to get back to you. This is all for now. We have more videos coming up on the upcoming tutorials and also on the upcoming chapters of this tutorial. So stay tuned for more videos. Do hit the bell icon for getting notified about the latest videos, and in case you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe as early as possible, because we'll be having more videos about technologies and testing coming up right after this. So stay tuned, and till then, enjoy learning. Happy learning. Take care.